Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. Falling, 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 started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. Falling,
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Zackary Schejbal here bringing you another Minecraft Let's Build an Airbase episode. We are back on our Airbase joint base Crimson Peaks, and we're going to continue work on it. So as you guys saw in the time-lapse, we built a Chick-Fil-A, and by we I meant that was myself and a few other people, which were Trenchfire8 and Vincent or Vin. Big thanks to those guys for coming on and helping out, especially Vin, who basically helped with pretty much 50% of this build, so I really got to give him mad credit for it. He helped out big time and really made this build come to life. So big thanks to those guys for helping out. Much appreciated. And, you know, we have a new cool structure on the base for sure. Now, you guys may be thinking, why a Chick-Fil-A? I mean, first off, Chick-Fil-A is like my favorite fast food restaurant. I go there at least once a week because it's like right by my work, so it's just like, you know, very convenient for me. But it also makes sense to have fast food restaurants. If you've ever been on a military base or, you know, Google Map it or anything like that, you'll notice that there are fast food restaurants on there. McDonald's, Subways. You know, it's not just a military base of hangars, a barracks, and that's pretty much it. They actually do have restaurants and accommodations for, you know, the troops, which makes sense as it's basically a mini city and everything like that. So obviously having little structures like this makes sense. And you know, Chick-Fil-A, I think that they have really nice restaurants that look very nice, really clean. They take care of them, and they just overall have a, you know, great food. I mean, what can I say? So I decided to go ahead and put a Chick-Fil-A on here, and with the help of those two guys, we built a really awesome one. And you guys all saw the progress of basically the main building in the time lapse, but we're going to kind of take a look at it kind of more finished, more complete. There are still a few little things I want to do on it, but for the most part, it's pretty much done. So kind of going ahead and diving into it, we have obviously the parking lot right here. So this is going to be a parking lot that's probably going to join up to a McDonald's, and so or something like that. And McDonald's, maybe like a Subway too. So a few fast food restaurants here, and then there's going to be the post office, which is going to be located right down that way, which is going to be kind of like the main post office for the military base, because obviously troops and stuff, they need to get their mail. They don't really have addresses or whatever, so if they got packages coming from Amazon, etc., they go to the post office and they get their mail basically. So that's going to be down the road and connecting to the main road. I think that is a very good idea to have that connection, so that's pretty cool there. But yeah, so going ahead and moving into the build itself, overall I'm really happy with it. Trying to go off of real Chick-Fil-A's, they always have really nice kind of simple, you know, nice clean landscaping around it, and you can see what I mean by that. Just really simple, just some nice organized bushes here on the sides, you know, nothing too fancy, but when you look at it, you know, it just looks really nice and just really clean overall. The parking lot itself came out really good. We got obviously the parking spots here, a couple handicap spots, and over here even the details of having the little dumpster units where they can obviously dump their trash. Some street lights here. I think maybe a few should go around the drive-thru, so I think that might be something that I do. Putting some street lights in here, and going ahead and moving on to the building itself. We got obviously one of the main entrance here, followed by a side entrance over here on this side, so you can have two different ways to get into the building. And then over here we have like a little eating area, so a little simple like kind of patio type seating there, and also over here you could probably have it as well, but I think this is going to be more of just like a nice kind of cool main entrance looking out on the road there, so it's not going to be really anything too special, no seating or anything like that, but I think it looks good just leaving it plain like that. Little banners over the balconies, which look cool, a doorway that leads into here. We don't really have any interior in there. I think Trench was working on some interior in here, but not much really got done, and you know, there might be an interior on this in the future, but honestly I could care less about building interiors. I just want to build more of the map, so not really sure how far that's going to go there. But the Chick-Fil-A logo itself, I'm actually really happy with the way this came out for the scale of it and everything like that. I think it looks really good. And obviously we have the drive-thru that goes all the way around, the window to pick up your food, and the two basically ordering, I guess, screens or stations, I don't know what you want to call them, the two places where you can order your food from, located right there on there. We got two of them like most Chick-fil-A's do. And also the sign here, Vin made this. Looks absolutely awesome. So absolutely love it. Just an awesome little addition, and it fits in this spot just perfectly. And one thing we do have to do still is to put like all the little AC units and ducting and stuff like that on the roof here, just to give a little bit more detail and stuff like that. But for the most part, this build's pretty much done, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. So really happy with the way that came out, and yeah, overall looks good. Having this space filled in and having these trees and stuff like that all really make this kind of entranceway into the tarmac area a lot more appealing. So absolutely love it. I think it came out really good. So going ahead and continuing on, something that's been changed too is obviously the fire station area, and this is something that's going to see a lot of changing, a lot of work done to it in the future, just because I'm not really happy with the way it was, and I kind of want to tweak it. Obviously, the fire station itself is going to pretty much, remain the same. I think I'm going to be doing a little bit more detail work, a little bit more intricacies to the building for sure, but for the most part, it's pretty much good to go. However, this area back here, if you remember, we had this road that kind of led here, had a weird curve in it, went down this way, curved back around, and connected up to those roads over there. However, I wasn't really happy with that. I thought it was kind of a useless road. There wasn't much point to it. So I decided to go ahead and get rid of the road completely, and instead I've replaced it with a warehouse in this area, and also the Chick-Fil-A kind of goes into the area the road originally was in. And I think that this was a good change. By far, it obviously makes sense to have, a couple warehouses here to kind of house fire equipment, but also maybe for repairing vehicles and stuff like that, because it's kind of like the main fire department hub. There's going to be a few other substations, I think one more where the cargo planes are going to be located, which are going to be on the opposite side of the runways there. So it would make sense to have, those over there. But for the most part, this isn't really going to be there's not going to be any big hub. So this could be the hub that basically repairs and maintains all of the fire utility vehicles and stuff like that. And that's why they have two warehouses here. Plus, I think it just looks good in this area. It just kind of, works really nice and fits the area really well. So all detailed up, looking nice. There's still some stuff I want to do. I kind of want to add some different stuff over here on this side just to give a little bit more detail and stuff. So that's to be done there. If we go ahead and go over this area, this whole area is going to be changed. So I'm not sure exactly how much is going to change from here. I'm thinking that this concrete is just going to kind of flow into this area here, this little parking lot area, and kind of flow out and connect up to this road here. This road's going to be kind of deleted, and this whole fire training facility is going to end up being moved. Now, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to move it yet, but it's definitely going to get moved to a different section of the base. I think it's going to kind of come off one of the runways or something like that. Just something a little bit different, something a little further away from, everything. So, because it kind of was just taking up the space here, and it just didn't fit right, really, with the area of the map, having it next to a hangar, and, right next to the fire station, it makes sense, but at the same time, I think it would be best just to take this and completely move it to a different location, which is something that we're going to end up doing. And in doing so, when moving this, it's going to give us the option to continue this road down here, which is going to basically be full of services for the troops themselves, and then we can have some more space here to work on some stuff in the airbase. And one thing I'm thinking about doing here is that we're going to have obviously probably a McDonald's, maybe a Jersey Mike's, or just another kind of maybe another couple of restaurants or something like that. And then we're going to have a post office here. And one thing I'm thinking about doing here is we have a post office, and maybe we have a little area here for the postage aircraft to basically drop off packaging. Since this is going to be a very large base, it makes sense to maybe have some kind of carrier that has permission to land on this area and actually, drop off packages. So something like UPS, FedEx, or maybe USPS would make a little bit more sense. But maybe have like a little tarmac area for them to land, and then have the stuff unloaded, via plane and all that stuff. So that's something definitely that could happen here. And obviously this area here is there's going to be a taxiway where the aircraft go, and then all the jets and stuff like that continuing up on that side. So that's kind of the plan here. I think that would be a really cool idea. Let me know what you guys obviously think. But I definitely like the idea of putting in some of these like restaurants and stuff like that. And over here we don't really have the space too much, but if we continue down this way, which the world will load, we do have a good open space up on top here to fit something. So maybe we can put like a gas station or something up here would make sense. But One of the things is that this road here is going to kind of lead out to the exit right down that way, and this is kind of like the end of the base. So I really don't want to go too far into that, but I think that what we have so far is pretty good, and I don't really want to go too much further because I think it's just going to, you know, with the main structures and stuff, it's just going to get too far and too spread out, because I want kind of like the main section of the base kind of condensed into this area around here. So that's kind of the plan. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, a big special thanks to Vin and Trenchfighter 8 for helping out with this build. I think it came out absolutely fantastic, and sorry about all the rambling, but lots of stuff to kind of cover, plans and stuff like that with the airbase, and I'm looking forward to it, and hope you guys are as well. Also, if you guys are wondering why there hasn't been any airbase episodes, I'm going to go ahead and cover that now. So when updating the server to 1.12.2, which allowed us to have different mods, but most importantly having the ability to have different worlds on one server, which is something that we couldn't do with our previous server's mod loader. And I know this may sound foreign to a lot of you guys, but basically we have a special launcher that launches mods. So without that launcher, the mods won't actually be able to open and run in game. So we had to switch our mod runner, and therefore the mod using the modded stairs, slabs, and all that stuff didn't work anymore. And in not working anymore, obviously we couldn't have it, and all of our stairs, slabs, everything like that disappeared that were modded. So we had to go back and manually replace all those by hand, which was definitely not fun to do and definitely sucked. And we're still not done with it by any means, and there'll probably always be that one stair slab that we miss and don't replace. But it's just something that happens, so we've been trying to work on that. I've had a few guys that have been awesome enough to help out on it, and you know, it's just been an ongoing process for us to fix that, and it's kind of taken out any drive or inspiration or motivation really to continue working on the base. But after building this Chick-Fil-A and, you know, kind of getting back into the swing of things, I'm definitely feeling like, you know, working on the base some more, and pretty excited to see where it goes and continue the project really. So anyways, that's pretty much a summary of what's been happening, all that stuff. A lot of you guys have been wondering where the airbase is, so hopefully that answers your questions and hopefully hypes you up to see some more you know, builds in the future. Anyways, that's going to pretty much do it for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to leave your comment suggestions if you agree with my plan for the base, anything like that, down in the comments below, because I love to see them. And if you have any ideas for your own, obviously be sure to share them too. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Jerick204, and I'll see you guys next time.